Quite the night for the Wisconsin Badgers as they get a dearly needed Big Ten football victory, a 13-10 takedown of 23rd ranked Washington at Camp Randall Stadium. The defense was phenomenal, led by a couple of true freshmen, Cooper Catalano and Mesa Posa, and another true freshman, Carter Smith, scored the lone touchdown for the Badgers. We'll look back at some of the highlights from the game, here from some of the victorious Badger players. A lot of ground to cover today. We'll check in with head coach Luke Fickell. We'll also talk other sports, including Wisconsin basketball. We'll continue our conversation with special assistant to the head coach Brad Davison. All that and more coming up on this week's edition of the Badger Sports Report. 3rd and 8 for the Huskies at their own 34. 3 receivers right, 1 on the left. Shotgun snap. Williams flush to his left. In pursuit is Reiger, and he gets home with help from Mason Posa as they continue to fly around. 2nd down and 10. Washington at its own 5. Williams hands off to Jonah Coleman, and he gets popped in the backfield by De'Ani Hill, the cornerback, getting in there. Huskies back on the move at the 36-yard line of Wisconsin. Williams back to the shotgun, back to throw. Badgers sending 4. Williams winds up. He's a deep right side, and it's picked off in the end zone by Ricardo Hallman. It was intended for Desmond Roebuck, and Rico there step for step with his 2nd pick of the year. Demond Williams in the shotgun, takes a snap. Badgers bring 4. Williams rolling right, rolling. And Cooper Catalano, that's like a vice grip. He was not going to let him go. He grabbed him and threw him to the ground. 7:22 left in the 3rd. 7-point lead Washington. 3 receivers left, 2 on the right. 3rd and 12 for the Huskies, 19. Williams to throw. They've got a boxed in, trying to loop to his left, and Mason Posa knocked it out, and it's scooped up by Wisconsin, I believe. Yes, sir! Badger football inside the 10. Receiver to the left is Chris Brooks. Gideon Atuka to the right of Carter Smith on 2nd and goal. Snap to Smith. He's going to run it. Probes off the left side. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Carter Smith from 2 yards away. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Demond Williams takes the snap. Badgers trying to bring some heat. Williams a run for it, and he is stopped by Mason Posa at the 40-yard line. Posa with the stop. Badgers get it back, up by 3 with 68 seconds to play.
Pocket, I came down and then he tried to get out. Saw that ball loose. I hit the ball. I tried to pick it up and score, but I kept on fumbling it. It was pretty wet out there, but yeah, it was a huge momentum changer. And then Carter Smith scoring, it was just amazing. It was awesome. We could just see it, in their eyes and just their body language. They were already out of it.
Something I've dreamed of for a really long time. So to be able to do that and get in there and look at all the fans and turn around and have all my boys right there. It was a pretty surreal moment for me.
I mean, the whole locker room has been behind Coach Fick since day one. So hearing that obviously reaffirmed us, and it was no surprise to us. Everyone here is excited about that, but definitely motivated me. Hearing a lot of outside noise in these past few weeks, it's great to obviously get a win, but obviously just hear, like I said, the outside noise from the weeks before. It's nice to kind of deliver on that and just have a game and execute like we did tonight.
It felt really good to go out there as a team and get this win for him, and just seeing how excited he was on the locker room, couldn't contain his smile, and then how happy he was when we got to the locker room and shouted with us. And that's the type of moments you live for, and that's the type of moments you want to be a part of.
Set the standard. Let's go.
Ricardo Hallman from one end of the yard to the other. Touchdown, Wisconsin, as the Badgers are back in the fight. In stride, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin. And a clean path to the quarterback, Christian Allegro. He's gone, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
Age championship.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
One of the things we've talked about during the course of the season are some of the younger guys who have been getting in the lineup, and we are seeing a little bit more of that into the final month of the regular season as we bring in head coach Luke Fickell. There are a number of guys. It doesn't have to end with guys like Mason Posa and Cooper Catalano. That's a pretty good place to start, isn't it?
No, it is. Those guys obviously been thrust into not just playing, but starting in the last week or so, and we'll continue to do that. But there's a lot of other guys that, not just thrust into, have earned their opportunities in some time. And then there's some guys that are, right there on the edge that, in some ways as a coach, you're hoping, I hope we don't have to get to those guys or use those guys. But nonetheless, they're growing. They're the core of what we've got to be able to do moving forward.
We mentioned earlier in the season someone like a Eugene Hilton who made a big-time catch in the Oregon game that led to a touchdown. It seemed just layman's eyes, even in spring ball, he was one of the early entries. There was a toughness about him that maybe not every freshman receiver in college football is going to have. He takes some shots, hangs onto the ball, pops right back up. Am I just seeing things, or have you guys noticed that?
No, it is. And the toughness comes is when you get to this point in a season. For younger guys, it's really difficult, whether they played a lot or not. Just the length of it, obviously, with where we are, with the emotions of it, make it very difficult. But I think him growing up around the game, Dad playing the game, he has seen a lot of these things from afar. And those are just things you weren't sure about. Even though you saw spring football, you saw fall camp, not only his ability to make plays, hold on to the football, but there's been a growth through this entire year. And he's a guy that we got to count on down the stretch.
Guy's been fun to watch here is Gideon Atuka. Now, the unfortunate part is guys have been banged up, but the opportunity has been there for him. You see a guy, he's listed at 5'9". He's between 225 and 230 pounds, so he's really well put together. But a guy who maybe runs low, that's going to be tough for a defensive player. Like, where do you get this guy? And he's maybe taking advantage of that a little bit.
He is. He obviously it was a different, being put in the game late in the games and just kind of running as opposed to, where he was even in Oregon, where you're counted on to carry the load a bit more, and that's where you're starting to see a growth from him. He is a guy that I think is not, I'd say new to the game of football, but it had come a little bit easier to him. I don't think he had played as big-time ball as some of the other guys out of high school. But now as he's been here and thrust into some of these situations, you're seeing the competitive spirit. You're seeing the things you thought was there, but, in fall camp and in spring football, you don't go live. So you're never quite sure as to how sometimes the backs are going to be able to handle things. And he has definitely shown us a lot and is a load.
One player I haven't asked you about, he's a Wisconsin guy from Watoma, offensive lineman. I know we've talked off air. You seem pretty intrigued with him. Michael Roski, how have things gone for him in his first time around here?
Well, he's a guy that you don't see him on Saturdays, but he's right there in the mix. And I'm not one to sit here and say that he's ready to roll. I mean, coming from smaller ball too, that's one of those things that there has been an incredible change in what he has seen in the last, in the year, because he came in the spring. And had he been able to play all spring, I think he would be even further along. But as a guy that takes a lot of reps during the week, is one of those guys that's in the mix to go in every single week. And there's an incredible growth from him. He is going to be a really good one. He just got to continue to grow and be ready when those opportunities come.
And one thing I want to be really clear about, too, we're mentioning a lot of the younger guys, but as Luke, as you mentioned in your news conference Monday, it's about everybody. And I think of guys like a Ben Barton, a Daryl Peterson, Mason Reiger. This is his 1 year here. Those guys, they know the clock is ticking, and it seems like every week they are leaving everything out there, aren't they?
That's why we're still able to compete, and that's why people will say, hey, you guys are playing hard. Like, they're still the core. Those are the guys that set the tone. This is their last opportunity of playing college football, and it means an awful lot to them, regardless of what the record might say. And those are the guys that we need to continue to set the tone, so that the Michael Rodsky, so the Cooper Catalano, so the Gideon Aitu, because even the UG, those guys all have to raise the level of everything that they do, because they see the guys that have been here, that have done it, and what it means to them.
Yeah, those guys have been at it since January, all the work that goes into this, so they take these opportunities every week very, very seriously. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Your animals depend on you every day. So we build equipment you can depend on every day. Equipment that powers through mud, dust, and extreme weather. So cutting hay, feeding livestock, and managing land is easier. Loaded with intuitive, innovative features and tech, Case IH equipment isn't just built to work. It's built to work for livestock producers. Case IH, built by farmers.
I was talking to a couple of the newcomers about the culture here, and culture is a word that's used a lot, if it's here or anywhere else. I don't know if there's a better person to ask this question than you, ask of this than you. How would you define the Wisconsin basketball culture?
The Wisconsin basketball culture is founded on relationships. It's founded on a desire to play for and to serve and to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And I think that didn't just start when I was here. That's something that I came into, and something that we tried to kind of continue to carry that torch. And now as you get into this new wave of college athletics and college basketball with the transfer portal and all these different things going on, if you can find a way to maintain your culture and keep it about people and value relationships, player to player, player to coach, coach to coach, all things considered, you set yourself up in a really good place. And so really proud to be a part of a place that holds culture at the utmost standard. And again, that starts with people and valuing those relationships.
And it seems like it's going to be as important, if not more than ever now. I mean, you're part of 2 Big Ten championship teams, so I would think, and everybody goes through ups and downs. There's always going to be some kind of turbulence, and you guys were able to navigate through that. Am I overstating it to say that kind of thing is more important than ever now, the ability to, even if someone's only going to be here 1 year, make it a year to remember?
Most importantly, the standard is the standard, and that's the goal when you come to the University of Wisconsin, is to compete for Big Ten championships. And, wins and losses are great. Everyone's going to have highs and lows. We had our own fair share of highs and lows during my time here. But the things that you remember are the people, and the things that hold you together in the midst of sometimes that roller coaster ride is the quality of your relationships. Can you trust the person next to you? Do you respect your coach? Do you respect your teammates? Do you have others' best interests in mind? Are you willing to serve your teammates? All those things, it's the glue that keeps you together. And in this world, in this new college basketball world, but also when I was there, everyone had their own highs and lows. It's more important now than ever.
It's kind of a fanboy question here, but you were a part of a lot of big-time moments here. We remember the, Chucky's bank shot here, and there were a lot of other moments. Is there one that on-the-floor moment that stands out to you more than the others?
The fact that that's a tough question means we had a lot of good moments
of
here.
options.
Yeah, that's a lot of. I'm gonna go. We have so many great memories here in the Kohl Center. You mentioned the one Purdue winning the Big Ten championship. My freshman year, sophomore year, we had court storms here, beating top 5 teams, Purdue and Michigan. We had some buzzer beaters and some tough all those. But the one that stands out to me actually was on the road at Assembly Hall my junior year. Unfortunately, the season got cut short, so we don't have the storybook ending. But the ending that we did get to finish on the court is we were losing at the end of the game, kind of stormed back, took over at the end, and everyone on the team was involved in this comeback, and there was just so much pent-up emotion. And you talk about the highs and lows of sport, even going back to the off-season with Coach Moore and his situation, all the way through the season of all sorts of different things that we dealt with. Then to have that moment, celebrating on someone else's floor, winning a Big Ten championship, and then coming together in the locker room, traveling back on the plane, coming back to fans, just that whole experience. You talk about culture, talk about why you come to Wisconsin, and I think about that game more than anything else.
Kind of glad you said that, because that's what comes to my mind. And of a Badger fan of a certain age, remember that winning at Indiana didn't happen there or here. And to be able to win a Big Ten championship in Bloomington is something that I think for every Badger, certainly for fans, but for guys who played in the uniform, that was extra sweet. And I know like you and Micah and that whole group, there were a lot of big time shots that were made in that game. But yeah, I was glad you said that, because the whole thing was surreal, because we didn't know, like, you're going to be able to play another game after this. But as the story goes, though, you guys were declared the national champs. They did
This is true. I woke up with 50 messages, couldn't go on any social media. I was like, what just happened overnight? Am I dreaming? It's like, yeah, you won the national championship. Congrats. I don't know if that made me feel better or worse. That verdict's still out.
Yeah.
A lot of good memories.
You were champs, though. That is for sure. And he's back here, Brad Davison, special assistant to the head coach. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report. Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
8 championships.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment. It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
24-12, Wisconsin lobs the ball, and Winter who sends it in. As the Badgers doing the damage inside, 26-12. Here's Ituka driving, trying to kick, stolen away. Nick Boyd, 2-on-1. Boyd to the line, down the lane, reverse layup, good. And a timeout taken by Northern Illinois coach Rashawn Burno. Brody for Nolan Winter, turns to Blackwell, baseline left, Kelly cut him off, Blackwell tries again, off the wing to the cup, layup is good. Big smile for Blackwell as he runs to the other end of the floor. 61-38 Wisconsin. Garlock, baseline right, Will trying to hold his turn, pass stolen away by Janicki, and he's on the breakaway down the lane, sends it in, two-hand flush from Jack Janicki.
He's so good at that.
Other another steal. He's been racking up the steals here in this opening week for Wisconsin. Off the iron, no. Greppy keeps it alive. It's the rebound, fights off a double team, throws it to guard for three. Booker. Isaac Guard from deep. 95-69 Wisconsin. Valentine the other way for three. Heel of the rim, no good. Guard the rebound for Wisconsin. He's pushing. He's fouled by Valentine. And let's have some fun here in the final minute at the Kohl Center.
As time goes on, we're just meshing, and we're like, for guys like me and Rody, we've been in different programs, so maybe even just some of the terminology is a little bit different. Or, you know, I might see something that he might not see because I'm coming from somewhere different, or he might see something I might see. So I just think as time goes on, we got the guys to really guard, and as time goes on, I think we're going to be a really, really good defensive team.
You know, IG's one of those dudes. He comes in every single day, you know, with the same level of intensity, with the same passion. You know, he bleeds Badger red, and he shows that every single day in practice. Like, he's working hard, and, you know, just for him to get that moment and, you know, score, he's capable of doing it. So just to see it, it was amazing to see, and it just gives us so much energy, and yeah, it was awesome.
Porter to Uchenna. On that right baseline, she'll drive right around her defender, goes up, got bumped, basket counts, she'll have a chance at the three-point play. Go inside here, off the foot. Ooh, Ronnie Porter got popped in the chin then defensively, nothing called. Ware comes to help out, steals it away, and Wisconsin's got the basketball. Up by 9, Ware's gonna run the floor. 3:25 left in the first half. Underhand toss over to Porter, outside, there's Howell, three-pointer, and she hits it. Destiny Howell. Good to see her get back on the scoreboard there. 3 of 4 shooting threes, first bucket of this second quarter. It's been a little while. Destiny Howell. Wisconsin will move it up the floor. There's going to be Lily Cron. Good pass up ahead. Cron, left-handed layup, got it.
To do that in this jersey and come out here win number one, game number one is definitely a really good feeling.
You know, I think there's some challenges in those early games, but it's that way for everybody, for sure. But I think you know, you got to use everything as a learning experience and opportunity to grow from it, and certainly some things that we did well and areas that we have to improve on.
Here's Collier, zips it in at Kinney. Seth goes to Gilt left side. She is blocked and plays over. No, it's down for the Badgers block. Egan and Booth combine for a Bucky block. Served by Gar. Vajagic nails the pass to Horner. Right side, here's Egan. Hard hit off the block. Saved by Minnesota. Gophers attack to the right side. Down the line. Simon with a great dig. Left side, here's Vajagic. Powers one cross court. Popped around near the net. Carter Booth. Two-hand slam in the middle. Wisconsin up by 2. Fourth set here at the Fieldhouse. Collier steps behind the service line on match point. Fans to their feet here in Madison. Right hand deep and in for an ace. An ace ends it tonight. And the border battle goes to Wisconsin.
Any scoring of points, especially in that way. You know, she had one where the court kind of just really opened up and the ball dropped uncontested. And I think exactly that. It helps build that momentum to finish strong and, you know, close it out really well.
That's the grittiness that this team is starting to get. We weren't that gritty of a team earlier in the season, but we're learning to be that right now, and that's what we're going to have to be.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group. by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
The Badgers will hit the road this week, going down to Indiana to square off against the unbeaten Hoosiers. 11 a.m. kick down in southern Indiana. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Every farmer wants to up their uptime, so we purposefully designed our tractors and implements to keep you in the field. Tailored for your operation, Case IH tractors are intuitive to use, easy to maintain, packed with the latest tech, and backed by dealer support you can trust. Because Case IH equipment isn't just built to work, it's built to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
Age championship.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment. It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.